Hi, everyone. My name is Cynthia Tabor. I don't have any nicknames really. My family calls me Cindy. My student, I just go by Cynthia. A little bit about me. I was born and raised in the Philippine Islands. My parents were career pioneer missionaries. I've lived with tribals for the most part in the city of Baguio and then up into a very remote rural area. Where we had no electricity or running water. And I lived there for 17 years. And I am a hairdresser and a cosmetology teacher by trade. Been doing that for about 35 years. And in my capacity as a hairdresser, a salon manager, a teacher, and a school manager, I pretty much have heard everything there is to hear. Um, and I mean everything. Most of my students were labeled at risk. Many of them carried traumas with them that impacted their ability to learn and their behavior. And it was my job to train them, to redirect them, and a lot of times to counsel them so that they could become viable members of the salon industry. Many of them were in recovery. Some were still in the streets. Most of my male barber stylist students were former offenders. So I worked really closely with parole officers, probation, and jail work release officers. Um, some of my students had mental diagnoses that presented me with challenges that I did not anticipate. Nobody told me that I would be working with that kind of setting. Um, some of them had emotional issues and diagnoses also. So I learned a lot from my students and from my coworkers. And most of my students like to take credit for me being here in school in the counseling industry now because they know I've moved on. I'm semi-retired from the salon industry and from teaching. And they say that it's because that they challenged me and that I needed to get more education. So I have all this field experience, and I thought I should get the education to support the unofficial field experience. So here I am. I think that this class is so vital to what I want to do, and I just think it'll help me with becoming more adept at research. Um, I want to make sure that my future clients are taken care of from an evidence-based approach. And while I tend to be very CBD-ish, that's a word, I just made it up, in my approach, and my undergrad is applied behavioral analysis, which of course is very much CBD-ish. And I just want to be able to expand my level of knowledge and my comfort level with research so that I can find the most appropriate and the most applicable modalities of therapy for my clients, for my future practice. My hobbies, I have a really close family here in Texas, and our biggest thing is coffee clutch. Now, that's a Dutch or German word that means you get together for coffee and you just hang out and you gossip and you drink coffee. And so I do that with my mom, and she's 93 years old. She's a cultural anthropologist, so she's very, very, very involved in my education because anthropology and psychology and sociology, they all kind of have the same ology basis. So anyway, she's 93, 93 years young, and I have 2 cats and a rescue dog. I'm his third home, and he is just my best bud ever. He's my road dog, my ride or die, as they say. And I love to read, mostly James Patterson and Patricia Cornwell. And I am really into this show called Yellowstone that had concluded tonight. Wow. Anyway, that's pretty much what I do. I have no children of my own, so I'm able to spoil my nieces and my great nieces and my nephews as much as I possibly can. And my sisters and my brother are very good about sharing their children with me. So I think that's about it. I look forward to seeing you all in class. Take care. Bye.